Hello, amazing Pisces. How are you, dear friend? We're going to check in for your energies, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and see what is happening as we're entering the full moon energy and for the weekend, okay? To see what you need to know, get some messages that you may need to hear today. And just remember, this is a timeless reading and a general one. So as much as we do love connecting into your energy and supporting you, not everything may resonate. And this could also be vice versa energy. So someone that you're dealing closely with or, you know, that may be coming into your vortex. So let's check that out, Pisces, and get started. If we haven't met, I am Jamie. So let's begin and see what the main energies are. Thank you, Spirit, for our Pisces. So Pisces, this is a really awesome time for you, you know, to get more connected into who you are, what you want. The fiery energy in Aries over this full moon energy is really pushing you forward to dare a little differently, you know, and go after what you want. So check in with what you're feeling called to now. And you'll find as well that there is this element too of maybe making change and just making a full shift and not worried about what you're leaving behind. It might seem impulsive, but that's the energy that, you know, we're in right now. So if you're feeling that, understandable, okay? All right, Pisces. So kicking off, I'm going to turn my light on. I just realized it's not on. Is that a bit better? Okay. So kicking off, we've got deception and envy, material and spiritual prosperity, recognition and reward, and then heartache and loss. So interesting, because we've got two very different energies at the end, and then centered is a lot of success, a lot of growth, a lot of, you know, feeling like you're making great strides towards something. But then there's this other element here, Pisces, of something that feels saddened and something that feels like, I'm just getting hopeless at the same time. So they're two different energies. I know that we've spoken about these two things that are happening on the same timeline right now. So you might be finding that you're shifting out of one timeline when it comes to your career and pursuing what you want. I feel like you've got this spark and drive and motivation. And then there's this other part of your life, which might be related to relationships of some kind that is weighing you down, that you kind of feel defeated about, that, you know, maybe you're in conflict with, you know, literally in conflict with. Maybe every time you engage, there's some form of conflict. You're not sure what to make of words being said. But then there's this other part where you feel sad about it because I think you don't know potentially what to do here. So there's something going on here that I can feel you're deeply impacted. What we're going to do is look at the challenge here. I'm going to dive in further, have a look at the challenge, have a look at what's hidden, what you need to know past to present, as in what's going on in the past that's reflecting right now. We'll look at your mental space, hopes and fears, and then the potential outcome. So let's take a peek, Pisces, what we need to know when it comes to the challenge right now. What does Pisces need to know? Thank you, Spirit. Whoa. Too many, so just give me a sec. So first up, we've got journey. What do we need to know, Spirit, for our Pisces in regards to the challenge? Adjudication's coming up again. That one's a common one. And concern. I think some of you are really contemplating leaving regarding a situation and making a decision here, because there's something that seems to be worried about, Pisces. And this is maybe the conflict that you're in right now. And with the full moon energy, it's also time about releasing and recognizing what is not serving you. So if you've got some form of goals and aspirations, and a big part of that is having peace and success, but who you spend your time with, what environment you're in right now is not giving you that. Like I said, you might just get, I feel like this might be on you or have been on your mind for some time, but it might be at a point where you're just, I'm going to do what I need to do, right? And that's what might be happening right here, right now, in terms of the decision-making process. I think this judication is you looking at the situation for what it is and making a decision on what it is, if that makes sense. Let's have a look at what's hidden and what we need to know here. This could be hidden or influence, either which way, to support this. So let's take a peek, Pisces. I'm going to take that one. These three, I feel they're stuck. What do we need to know for our Pisces that's hidden? One more, thank you, Spirit. Okay, it's given us two more. Okay, so we've got the Two of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. And this was in that order. Okay. So Pisces, I'm gathering here that something around a connection you're really looking at here on what you want to do. I think you're also looking at what ignites you, what fires you up. Someone may come towards you here, Pisces, to work on something together with you, make plans with you, want to work towards, you know, connecting, getting on the same page. This also could be a time for vulnerable conversations, I feel, as well. But I'm also getting that someone's plans may not, if we look at the Two of Wands energy, they're kind of looking out. And as they look out, I feel they're not looking towards this connection. It's like looking or considering other ways forward, movement forward. And I can see here this crossroads, this path that you're in terms of feeling safe, feeling grounded, feeling at peace emotionally, and really trying to weigh what that looks like, what that feels like for you. But what I do see, Pisces, is this Queen of Wands and King of Pentacles energy, which is talking about that pursuit, that passion that you have, or that's there regarding a situation, but also the stability, also feeling safe, also feeling nurtured, also feeling cared for. So whether this is a connection that is strengthening or coming together, I'm also seeing here too that I do feel a lot more, this is a lot more about your goals and your dreams and your desires, Pisces, that you're working towards. It's like you know that you can own within yourself this King of Pentacles energy. It's masculine energy. It knows what it needs to do to get stuff done. Very wise, is about building on the home space, on the home ground, on the home plate, you know. And what home is could be physically at home, it could be related to family, but it's kind of like putting everything in there to create that safe environment, that safe, warming space, but one that's abundant as well, okay? And I feel very protective energy here. So whatever's going on with this connection or this opportunity that's presenting itself, I'm feeling a lot of success. I just feel someone's plans or someone's outlook right now is a little different to where two people potentially are supposed to be heading. So I don't know if this is some form of partnership, some form of relationship, as in like a spouse, a potential relationship to be, or a current person in your life that has intimate relations, but or even family. I just feel whatever this is and whoever this is that someone's considering other plans right now that is different from the two together, whatever this two dynamic is, or coming together of things and people. But let's have a look at the past to the present, what we need to know. Because I do see success. This is what's interesting. I do see a lot of success here, Pisces, but there's something else going on that I feel is rattling you a little bit. So having a look at the past as it pertains to the present, I am sure this mix came out the other day. And yes, to our friend, this is the salamander. So I think that was Georgia that was mentioning that. I was doing a lot more in-depth reading on that, which is a lot about the fire energy. So the Page of Wands with the Hermit. Yeah, there's something growing here, Pisces. There's something expanding here that you've taken interest in, and you're starting to see, as you make steps, more opportunities open up and light up. I mean, I feel like that's part of the law of attraction, right? So I think that's something that you have once figured out, but you also know that progress is only made when you start putting in effort. And it doesn't matter how small, it doesn't matter how, you know, I think small's the right word, but it's also giving me like, even if you don't feel you have all the answers, but by starting and putting things out there and putting energy into it, it's just, I think, really incredible how things naturally open up, or you get more ideas, or what to do next just flows with that. And I feel like that's something to reflect on right now, that you also do know that you can figure it out, that you are protected, spirit has your back. And that's just also a reminder here. So let's have a look in your headspace and what you need to know. I've got the strength energy with the 9 of Cups. Let me get a couple more. Thank you. So strength energy with the 9 of Cups, and then 3 of Pentacles with the Star. So when I connect with this, Pisces, right now in your headspace, or the ideas that you have that you're looking at to pursue and go after, I think there's a part of you looking for that place of confidence and having that courage to really step into what makes you happy. I think you're thinking a lot about it. You're considering your options here. You know that you want to be in a partnership, no matter what type of partnership, whether it's at the workplace, whether it's at home, whether it's with your kids, whether it's with friends. You want to be on the same page as somebody. You want to be in a place where you feel safe, where you feel supported, that when you're having good days and they're happy for you, when you're having bad days, they'll lift you up, and vice versa, right? Because I think that's how you choose to show up. But I also feel that you may not be getting this right now, and hence why you're looking at what should you be doing? Where should you be putting your energy? What is next for you? Because where you are, it's like there's something misaligned here right now. And maybe that, like I said, part of the energy when it comes to this full moon is either shining a light on it in a different perspective to get a different result, to shift it up, to change it up, or what changes do you need to release, or things that you need to release, or habits or beliefs you need to release to also help and support this. Okay, but with the Star energy, this is also talking about that balance, that healing, that, you know, nurturing the hurts back into the earth to allow it to do the work it needs to do. And sometimes that's surrendering to it as well, to get closer to our hopes and dreams. But I feel like there's a focus here on your life and where you're at right now and who you're with right now and how that's really supporting you, and questioning, I think, some things. So let's have a look at the near future regarding this and what you need to know. So we've got 5 of Wands with the Page of Swords. Yeah, it's like you're really looking at the things that are in conflict right now, Pisces. I think maybe you both are, or the situation at hand. Like, it's just really, you're recognizing that some things or beliefs or whatever that energy or efforts are being put in are just very different. And I think that's causing you somewhat frustration, maybe some form of disconnection, because with this Page of Swords, I'm feeling a bit withdrawn energy, but at the same time, like gathering information to try and validate or put something forward or connect with something in terms of maybe a conversation you need to have. I don't know, just sometimes be careful with that, because if we really want to look for something to validate it for permission, and it's kind of like we've got a biased incentive asking someone a question or looking for research or information, it's like we need to validate what we're thinking, that we're right, you know? And I just feel, just be a bit careful with that. I had a conversation with someone today, similar thing, a client who, you know, they put out to the group about a certain situation that they're experiencing with their own clients. And sometimes it's choosing your battles wisely, but we can be so sometimes critical of customers when they have a certain view or they want a certain something. And this is just an example. But what's happening is that we're not happy with how they're thinking about things, their approach. You feel manipulated, they feel manipulated. But at the end of the day, everyone's fighting for the same thing, what they feel entitled to and what they feel is right. What is worth the energy and what is worth the fight? You know, sometimes you just have to, give back to people. If they're not energetically invested, why do you want to invest back by fighting for what's right? You're never going to get an outcome because they don't think and energetically aren't in that space. So it doesn't matter what the dynamic is. Sometimes you just got to choose your battles, and sometimes you just got to make a decision, and it's hard and an executive decision to go, I don't want to be in this energy. I don't want to play in that energy anymore. So I either need to remove myself from it, or I need to figure out a way just to be kinder, maybe. Sometimes we miss that part because we're so focused on what we want. We forget that little kindness, that little wholesome spiritual side of ourselves. And that doesn't need to disappear in business. And that's another conversation I had with this person. And being kind and being vulnerable doesn't mean that you're weak. If you want to refund, this is an example, refund a person that you haven't even provided a service for to yet, it makes quite sense to me. I don't care if you had agreement or not. Agreement on a piece of paper, energetically, that agreement isn't the same because someone wants their money back because they're not getting the service. So again, choose your battles. I know what makes sense, but also know from a leadership perspective, a reputation perspective, what energy I want to carry on as I move forward. So there's many different parts here, Pisces. It's not just as simple as, same thing as a marriage, where people will like, well, I made a vow, I made a promise, but energetically what's happening? So how do you either revive that? How do you come to compromise? But trying to be right or trying to fight a belief or view that the other person can't see, there has to be a new approach, okay? To get the better outcome that you're actually seeking. So let me have a look here. We've got looking at your power in this situation, the Emperor and Nine of Swords. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is making decisions, Pisces, instead of leaving yourself in this state of being stressed, of being worried, of the burden. I feel like it's time for you to really step up and make decisions for yourself. Sometimes, again, the Emperor, that's very Aries energy. It's that fire, that tenacity, that no nonsense energy sometimes of just going to do what you need to do, that you feel is right, that you feel is what's the word? Just, because that's another thing. We're in Libra season, so that's a lot about highlighting injustices as well. So, just be mindful of that in terms that you are in control in so many things within yourself. Not other people, but within yourself. So where can you take your power back? Where can you be kinder to yourself, I think, because something here is keeping you up, is on your mind, it's stressing you out. And I feel like we need to somehow work with that, Pisces, to support ourselves and shift that up. But you're the one who's got to take the power back. No one else can do that for you. You've got to do that. And I know that can seem hard, and it's not to be harsh, Pisces. It's sent with love, but sometimes it's just what we got to do, and we've got to find a way that we can do that works for us. And a lot of the time it's about surrendering. So you're already in this space of the idea and the thoughts that you want, the feelings that you have. So how do you actually step into it and apply it instead of sitting in this Nine of Swords energy? Because as we look at the environment, we've got the Nine of Wands with the Six of Wands. So we have the six of Wands here with this material and spiritual prosperity. So when I look at this again, there is something that you have worked really hard with, really hard towards. There's something that you have really believed in. If we look at the Wands here, they're all sprouting similarly. They're all showing potential here, okay? So with this potential and working hard towards something, it doesn't mean it's going to be an easy road. Some days are going to be harder than others. But at some point, by moving forward, keeping moving forward to these desires that you have, to, the feelings that you have, to what you feel connected to, there is rewards. There is, recognition at the end of the tunnel here. So Pisces, this is not a time to give up, but it's also not a time to engage in unnecessary battles. It's really not, and it's just not going to help you, okay? I know sometimes we feel like we've got to do the fight. It's a principle of it. Is it really? Is it really? You are stronger when you walk away. You're not stronger fighting, okay? Let's have a look what we need to know in hopes and fears. Thank you, Spirit. One more. Okay, it's giving me 2 more. So hopes and fears, 9 of Pentacles, the World, and 4 of Swords. So we're really seeing that the desire here is to be successful. The desire here is to make something really work for you to, you know, be strong and independent, both financially as a person in terms of your goals and desires, and reap the rewards and benefits from what you've been doing. I feel you want to step back into this energy of knowing whatever you're putting effort into, that you also are going to receive that in return. And when you can finally just recognize that whatever this is pursuit, because we can see whatever you're pursuing, there's success here, Pisces, but for some reason there's this little bit of doubt, but at the same time I feel this more so this strong hope and this strong desire for knowing that you can do it. This is what this is about, that you can do it, that you can pull this off, that you can prove to yourself that no matter what, as much as we need people, and I think better, you know, better together is better than one. I do believe that there's something here though about your own accomplishment, okay? Your own success, that maybe you don't need a woman, maybe you don't need a man to help you with that, that you can just do it. And meaning by that, you don't need a partner necessarily in life to do it. It's something you can pursue in terms of that. Obviously, you know, if you are in a relationship and you are connected in a relationship, having different desires is okay. We're all going to have our own personal goals and our personal or our business desires, career aspirations, but maybe you're used to doing it with someone all the time. And this is a bit scary doing it on your own, but I can see the success here. And I know that you really want this to work out. You really want this to pay off, where you can finally just say, I did it. And you can sit back a bit and kind of give yourself a pat on the back, that the hardships, the difficulties kind of are like over. And I feel like that's what you're really seeking right now. So let's have a look at the outcome on what we need to know. 2 more, 1 more, thank you. Okay, 6 of Swords, Devil energy, 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, the Chariot. Okay. So we can see here there is lots of exploration happening, lots of movement forward, Pisces. With the 6 of Swords, the 8 of Cups, and the Chariot is talking a lot about movement forward, okay? It's talking about change. It's talking about taking your power back and moving to places and things that actually give you more peace, that actually allow you to challenge yourself as well, because with any change, there's new challenges, there's new opportunities, there's new excitements here. And I can see that you're going towards the 9 of Cups, okay? That's in your mind, that's on in your head and heart space, it seems. And I see that that's what you're doing. You're like, I don't have it here where I am exactly at this point in time. I know there's something else I need to do. I know there's something else I need to inquire about, and you're going to do that. But I feel you're at peace with this when you make this decision and you're finally just taking charge of your life. And I can see that you're claiming this power back. You don't want to be in this energy, and you don't want to be dealing with people constantly in the energy of 9 of Swords, because it also weighs you down. So we all have moments in time where we can, you know, have those sleepless nights, all those stresses. But if you're around situations that are always causing that, or someone is always in that energy, it can be so draining. And what I feel here too is, I'm trying to understand this Devil energy with the 5 of Pentacles. I'm going to get 1 more for it, because what I feel is happening here, again, there's someone that is just so on this space of like, something's just never enough. Can you give us 1 more, Spirit, to clarify? So we've got the Moon, the Devil, and the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's interesting. I feel there's a lot of hope here, Pisces, in terms of a situation, but someone is really stuck in what's been lost. I feel like someone might be just really stuck in this negative thinking, negative space, lack mentality, because they can't see forward, right? At the same time, I feel like there's someone here that might be abandoning something. Interesting, we got the moon energy because we are in the moon energy right now. My head actually hurts, like my crown chakra space and moving down to my third eye. So there's something here about something that someone's seeing, some information. Yeah, my head really hurts as I'm connecting into this energy. So it could be too the way someone's thinking over and over about a situation. Someone's feeling trapped in this space and trying to get out and looking how to get out, maybe trying to breathe again, because someone is caught up in all the what's going wrong, you know, what's not working versus what's actually working. So I do feel the moon energy too is also a lot about our subconscious, is a lot about, you know, our past traumas that may be rearing up right now that need to be healed, because Chiron is very much in the mix right now, which is talking a lot about vulnerabilities and our human elements that we sometimes need to face. And this could be shine a light, pardon me, quite significantly with this full moon, right, as part of releasing. So you might find that too, that there's something deeper seated here that is impacting potentially you, Pisces, or someone that you're dealing with that really does need to be looked at, because I'm just feeling someone is just feeling trapped in a situation that is not here today, but they're trapped in some form of energy or a trigger or a programming of something that's happened a long time ago. And it's like they don't know how to clear it. They don't know how to get it out. And it just is there. And I definitely feel for this person, whoever's experiencing this, because I know that's not a nice thing to experience or have to deal with every day, when, you know, being free of that is such a beautiful thing. So I'm sending prayers to this person, you know, to clear these blockages and to heal from this, whatever this is. And I really do feel, Pisces, right now is about exploring, and also whatever that you're doing and whatever that you're working on, change is required. Where you are right now and staying still is not going to help you progress forward. The change doesn't need to be huge. It doesn't mean that you need to get up and leave someone. It doesn't mean that you need to go change homes. It doesn't mean you need to go change countries or states. It could be, you know what, I'm going to change the way I think about things. I'm going to add a new routine that makes me feel better. That sometimes the smallest change can have huge impact on our life, our lifestyle, our feelings, our mentality about things. So be mindful of what that change is and what you need right now. And I did talk about that in the latest energy update for our tribe, for our members. So if you are new to this channel, new to Soulvine, you're welcome to join our free membership. I get connected with you guys, sending everything from energy updates. I share events that I hold, private events that, you know, we really talk about our spiritual journey, how to better support ourselves, our higher selves. So if you want to get connected to that, yeah, feel welcome. It's the first link below. Much love to you, Pisces. Bye.